facing a new record death toll for the coronavirus here in Oregon. 21 people reported dead, including a 33-year-old Marion County man. As the fall surge continues, heading into the holidays. It is 10 o'clock. Good evening, everyone. I'm Jeff Gianola.
And I'm Elizabeth Din. A warning from health authorities tonight as they are again stressing, do your part to stop the spread or hospitals could run out of doctors and nurses.
Jenny Young live after talking to a health officer in Clark County. And Jenny, they're desperate for people to take this message seriously.
Absolutely, Jeff. It's really scary to think that we're on the brink of hospital systems possibly becoming overwhelmed. You know, they were worried about this at the beginning of the pandemic. That was what Flatten the Curve was all about. Now they say it is absolutely time that we are resolute in our efforts to stop the spread.
I mean, a surge may be an understatement. I'm calling it an exponential growth, or I've been quoted as using the word explosion.
Clark County Health Officer Dr. Alan Melnick says now that COVID-19 is spreading at an exponentially rapid pace, everyone needs to follow safety guidelines or the result could be catastrophic for hospitals.
Once you get to this point, of huge numbers, it's really hard to turn it around. Not that we can't. I think if we were all behaved ourselves for the next 3 weeks, we could turn it around.
Last week, more than 1,100 cases were reported in Clark County alone. Data shows that this week in the U.S., more people are hospitalized with coronavirus than at any other point in the pandemic.
Once you get to the point where you're overwhelming your hospitals and your healthcare workers, it's like turning the Titanic around.
Washington reached a record number of hospitalizations this week. We learned there is still room in Clark County hospitals, but numbers aren't where they need to be.
You want less than 10% of inpatients to be there for COVID-19, and we're like 11.5%.
Dr. Melnick says the problem is when there were just a few hotspots across the U.S., healthcare workers could travel and volunteer to work in different states. But now that the virus is so widespread, the fear is that a shortage of nurses and other healthcare professionals is looming.
During the measles outbreak, we were able to get help from the outside. If things get really bad around here and everybody's in the same boat, there isn't going to be help from the outside. That's why I'm pleading with people to get this under control.
He also talked about the fact that doctors and nurses could be getting sick and they're experiencing burnout. Now I asked, what happens if this does happen, if we run out of doctors and nurses and other healthcare professionals? He says they're trying to stress that they don't want to get to that point. That's why they're asking you to spend Thanksgiving in your home with only your household. Reporting live tonight, Jenny Young, KOIN 6 News.